I'm Kamille Cuison.
I'm Liana Kay de Guzman,
And I'm Nathan Caldwell Meeks.
and the name of our app is called Surviving the Pandemic While Back to School.
The purpose of our app is to inform students in Arizona who are returning back to school for the first time in a while because of the pandemic about certain information in regards to COVID-19, as well as to give these students some way they can access and check with themselves if they're doing what's best for themselves and those around them at school, and to help them stay safe during this pandemic. Our app is accessible on code.org and it uses JavaScript or block code.
And so this is our app's homepage, and it consists of 6 main buttons that will be discussed shortly, as well as a little character we designed. And in fact, if you click on him, he's going to tell you his name, and then basically the basics of what you can see within the app. And for the bottom left button, it basically talks about background info in regards to COVID-19, such as what it is, its origin, and then who it affects the most. And then if we go on to the next page, it basically shows a timeline of important events in regards to the pandemic. And then as for the is it safe for you to go to school button, it basically has questions that you can ask yourself to assess if it is safe for you to go to school. So you would go ahead and answer these questions in your head and click the results button, where it'll suggest certain measures you should take if any of those questions end up being true for you.
Then, as for this last button, which is named Checklist at School, it is similar to the last button, but specifically consists of things to ask yourself while at school to ensure that you're keeping yourself and those around you safe. And after you self-assess yourself and answer these questions, you'll click one of the 4 buttons below that will suggest a certain measure you should do according to how many of the questions you asked and yes to in your head. And for the button on the bottom right, it's going to take you to a page where you can learn about the COVID vaccine info, such as availability, effectiveness, and safety, as well as different vaccines available.
And for the button on the top left, it basically shows you a list of things you should bring to school in order to maximize the possible safety for you and everyone who spends time around you. Finally, our last button at the top right basically takes you to a page with buttons that can send you to websites that give various information regarding different testing sites and vaccination sites all across Arizona.